because there's so many rules.
People have fun.
You can't drive it straight in. Because I haven't got permission. I think it just shows why bike shows are important. It's fair to say, if this was a brewery, I would be sober right now. I've never known anything like it. It's too early. I need a coffee. Morning. Oh, night time. Very, very early still. I'm just waiting for Ian to finish getting dressed. So this weekend, we are going to Birmingham NEC. We are going to the National Cycling Show, which is twinned with the National Outdoor Show. I've got a soft spot for the NEC because I think I was 13 the first time I went to the NEC with a bike show as an exhibitor rather than just a customer. So yeah, bike shows are incredibly important. And we've got about 4 hours to get down to the NEC, do setup day, where we build the stand, build all the exhibition stuff with all the other exhibitors. I need to get Ian in the car because we had a rule of wheels up at 6 and it's 5:02 and nobody's in the car yet. We're back at Weatherby Services. If you watched the last video, you'll have seen there was a incident here last week at Weatherby Services. Thankfully, it's quiet this morning. I didn't need the bathroom, I just needed coffee. I've been up since 5. There are 2 major cycling shows in the UK now. There's this show, and there's also the Rouleur show. Everything beyond that are more weekend events around racing or sportives or cycling, things like that. There's no big bike shows in the UK anymore like Sea Otter, which is also next month in the US, and now they have a Sea Otter in Europe as well. I'd love to see a Sea Otter style show in the UK. It would be so good to have an outdoor festival show in the UK. It's a challenge out there for somebody that runs shows and events. But I think the first time I came to this show was when I was 13, and at the time Ian was running Scott and I was helping out at weekends and events and stuff like that, and just helping out. From memory, I helped organise and get the bikes laid out and put down plastic flooring that they had and some other bits and bobs, and I helped hand out goodie bags and stuff like that. The NEC has lots of weird quirks in that getting in and out of the show can be quite challenging because there's all sorts of security. It'll be the first big show that we've shown the new Midnight Colour, which will be fantastic to show at, and the race edition. Right, Ian's here. Let's get back on the road.
Morning.
Morning.
That fear of being a grumpy old man. What time in the morning is this?
It is unpleasant o'clock, is what it is. We've got coffee now though, so we can crack on.
Coffee's good.
Nearly at the NEC. You looking forward to it?
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
The fun bit is trying to get in with security because there's so many rules.
People have fun.
Well, we have got the high vis, which is one of the many rules.
Tick.
We've got a sheet of paper that says we're allowed to come in.
Tick.
And we have to go and get our wristbands. And then you got proper shoes on. I once got told off for wearing flip-flops during a setup day.
No, I'm alright for shoes.
You go for shoes, that's
Yeah.
cool. And then yeah, we've got a 2-hour window where we're allowed to be in near the loading doors. So we've got to get everything in, start setting it up, and then get the car and the trailer back out, go and park it somewhere else, finish setting up.
To be honest, I think it'd be a bit of a breeze considering what we've done before with kind of renting a van and stuff like that. The way we've actually organised the trailer is much, much better and a lot more efficient, a ton more efficient. I'm going to shut up now because I'm going to concentrate on driving.
Good, right, nearly there.
Morning sir, how are you? So we are space only.
That's cool. So just follow that car in front, all the way around the outside edge.
Bless you.
Thank you.
First obstacle complete. Checkpoint 2, and now we've got wristbands. Yay! We do some hard work now. Definitely not allowed to go straight in, but I really want to.
We're not allowed. Or...
You can't drive it straight in.
No.
Because I haven't got permission. High res on, so I'm allowed in. Well, this is what it looks like when there's absolutely nothing in it. Which is massive, empty, noisy space. Apparently we're not allowed to drive in and out. It's going well, isn't it? Hopefully they set our carpet up already, which means that we don't have to wait around. But we can get unloaded, get everything out the trailer and get out here. Currently trying to find out where the stand is, because nothing is labelled. That looks right. Let's see what this says. On it.
Okay.
Right, let's get it unloaded. Should I borrow it? No. We good? This is a godsend, because this means we don't have to walk miles back and forth trying to get stuff in and out. We've been here 5 minutes and we've done half of it.
No, it's not over-exaggerating.
Well, no,
we're cracking on.
the stands are on the trolley and we're done.
Yeah.
We're unpacked. Well, the van's unpacked with this stuff. So we need to make all of this look pretty. Tidy the stands up a bit because they're a bit tatty from other shows that we've done. And get everything set up. When it's all set up, then we can get the bike set up. Got the fabric on the walls, just to try and get rid of the silver bits. You know? Want the whole thing black. Ian went and moved the car about 45 minutes ago. I've done half the stand build. Now I'm sure he's probably ended up parking in the far car park because we don't know where to park at the moment. Oh, speak of the devil. Where have you been? Why haven't you got me lunch?
Yeah, that's quite a walk, just to park the car. Trevor.
Canny distance away, was it?
But anyway, yes.
Still going. Electrics. Caught the spies. It's a setup day and I've caught the spies already. We're done.
Good day.
We've set it up and then made a mess again. How many times? Everything's locked up. Pub?
That's a good idea.
Canny. And let's see the rig out the window. Happy days. Oh. It's always nice when there's something in the room complimentary, like water or whatever. And sparkling as well. Yes, so today took quite a bit longer than we expected, to be honest. And I'm not sure why. Normally these, like, we've got it dialed in. We've done this show so many times. But there was something about today that just meant that we were faffing on for quite a bit. So it was like nearly 5 o'clock by the time we left. Got a couple of emails to do and a couple of quotes to send out. Yeah, so then go find some dinner and then ready for tomorrow morning. Early start. We've got breakfast here, which is fantastic because this place is really, really nice. But I was hoping to go to the gym first as well. I might have to sack off the gym. Right, job done. The only thing to do now is dinner. And I'm going to try and convince Ian if we can go for a Mexican. Because I really love Mexican food. And there's loads of places opposite this hotel in Solihull. So So we normally stay here because it's a bit further outside from the NEC and the craziness of the NEC, and it's just a nice hotel a bit further out, and there's restaurants directly opposite, and when you've been on the road and you've been doing setup and stuff like that, all you want to do is quickly grab something to eat that you know is good and then just go to bed. Because it's an early start tomorrow, a long day talking to people, which is great fun, but it tires you out. Let's go find Ian. Oh, most importantly, I want a pint. What's going on here?
I've just been working, and I have transferred the stock list.
I can see that.
Whilst you were working, and I'm just catching up on Formula One stuff and listening to tributes to Eddie Jordan. Bless him, what a guy, what a character.
Yeah, it's
I've caught a lump in my throat, but yeah, there's so much that you learn about him afterwards that you don't realise that what went on. But Eddie Jordan.
Ian, can I let you in on a pet hate? People taking video calls in public areas.
Over my shoulder.
It was the other way, it was over my shoulder.
All right.
There's a loudspeaker video call going on and it's doing my nut.
Best we go get something to eat then.
Yeah. Read up with a massive booth, but I want that. We wear that. I love it. Amazing.
Welcome to Vielo Latino.
Thank you. Right, frozen margarita it is then.
I thought we'd go to the pub. Cheers. What's yours? Fizzy water.
Fizzy water.
Healthy food.
Morning. I'm dead happy because it's raining. On show days, at the NEC, when it's raining, that's a good thing.
Much more work going on the number 16 Ferrari than the number 44.
If you haven't noticed, we do like F1. Ian and I have always been massive fans of it. Being able to watch it and live stream it nowadays wherever we're at shows is fantastic.
Want it?
I was saying before, I was pleased that it's raining today. Why do you think I'm pleased it's raining?
Well, we've seen before, it's a really, really nice weekend, then people would rather be out riding if it's a nice weekend. If it's wet, it's like, okay, it's a wet weekend, so let's go to the show. For us, exhibiting, it gives the opportunity for us to see more customers.
When was the first time you did a bike show?
Oh my goodness, now you're talking.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, thanks. The one that kind of springs to mind, I think it was about 1996. When I first picked up Scott, we had the Scott brand and the Schwinn brand, and we exhibited at Olympia in London. I remember that was the first one, 1996. And
Was
yeah,
it
done a
easy?
few since then.
Yeah. Is there anything memorable from that show in particular?
There were a lot of things because we had some sponsorship from a car company. So we wanted to show a Jeep on the stand. One side branded up Scott, the other side branded up Schwinn. So we split the booth in two for two bike brands. And I remember trying to get the Jeep onto the booth, which was quite a challenge, and then branding everything up and logistically getting everything there. But no, it was a great show, really, really good show. We did something quite different then. Again, just trying to think outside the box a little bit.
It's amazing how shows change and develop, isn't it? So we've been to this show in various guises over the years. It's very different this year compared to other years.
No, I do look forward to it. I mean, the long days for sure, kind of getting set up, but for us it's meet and greet and seeing people and talking about our brand, and like you mentioned last time, it's understanding people's buying decisions. What is it that inspires them? And everyone's got a slightly different take, which is fascinating. So you listen to what has inspired them or what's influenced them, what they're riding at the moment. That's normally the first thing. You get a pretty good idea of what bike the customer's riding at the moment, to understand where they're at. And then we normally start off by just asking them loads of questions like, where do you ride? What terrain? What bike have you got? and then you can draw a fairly clear picture and try and meet their needs and chat with them through then. And it's great, much better doing it live than I think kind of over the phone or via email.
Yeah.
And just seeing what the rest of the trade are doing as well.
Yeah, you get to interact with the other members of other brands. You see people, so either reps from brands or product from brands that you either work with currently or don't currently work with that you might not have seen before, you stumble across. Like I want to go see the guys at Bike Stow.
Yeah,
see those display units.
Nice booths, nice stands.
But first of all, Starbucks.
Well, that's very important. And Lisa, by the way, more brownies. Love you to bits. One other thing for us, especially at this event, it's the first chance to really showcase the award that we won to a really wide audience. Gravel Bike, Adventure Bike of the Year from Road CC. So we're really going to showcase that and give customers a chance to see what the bike's all about. Plus, of course, the new colour, the new midnight colour. That looks stunning.
It's true.
It's really, really cool. So exciting day ahead. But as you say, Starbucks, I can see it from here.
Last little bit. We're all set up. We've got 10 minutes to go. So I'm going to run to the entrance and hopefully get a thumbnail. Also, you never know who you're going to bump into at one of these shows. It's just Ed Clancy, just, hanging out. It's very busy. So busy. Got a pro photographer taking shots on the stand.
Hold it there, good. Here we go, couple more, great.
The bikes are locked up.
Day one.
Yeah, I'm talked out.
I'm hoarse.
We spoke to so many people today. We've been super busy. I can't believe what time it is. Like,
I know,
it felt like
very
it's just
quickly.
flown by because we've talked to people all day. And it's been noisy all day, and it's nice for all the PA systems to be off.
Yeah, beer o'clock. Oh wait.
There is an organisers party, so let's go and get a beer. I suppose this is something that happens at most shows, is that there's some form of organisers party to thank the exhibitors.
That's what we're going to.
That's what we're going to. And when I say party, it's like they give a little prize out for who's got the best stand and who's got the best activation and all this type of stuff.
Will you book again next year?
Yeah, will you book again next year? That's the biggest bit. But in reality, it's an excuse to get a free beer out of the organisers. Spot everybody that wants a free beer. We've sacked it off. Because there was a massive queue. Nobody was ready for the party.
The queue is through hall 1, 2, 3 and 4.
This won't go in the edit. It was longer than the queue to get in this morning. Genuinely. Take two.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Day one, NEC Bicycle Show recap.
It was good. It was busy. We talked to a lot of customers. The show's a bit smaller than probably what we're used to, which is fair to say. But I think the number of people through the door was good.
It was busy. It was a busy day from like the start, 9 o'clock. People were rolling in.
I think it just shows why bike shows are important. I guess there's many reasons why bike shows are
I
important.
think bike shows are important for customers. It's a chance for them to see different brands. They've probably got some ideas, buy accessories, what bikes they might want to buy, and then a chance to have a chat with bike brands like us.
You have to interact with the people, don't you?
No, you do. You certainly do. And then from an exhibitor's point of view, for us it's a chance to have a good chat with those customers and do the face-to-face conversations with them, understand what they're interested in, what their buying signs are, what's in their head. A good day, tons of conversation. We didn't stop all day long.
No, we didn't.
My throat is sore from chatting away all day, but I'm happy with that.
It's a big sensory overload as well, because everybody, you're competing with a PA system, you're competing with people doing turbo training, you're competing with people doing competitions, and like there's a lot of noise the whole time.
Yeah, you're kind of picking up on their vibe as well, from their body language, what they're interested in. They come over, they see the bikes, first thing they pick up on is, wow, these are great colours.
Yeah, colours.
These are really, really cool bikes.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Vielo. Some people might know the brand, some people might not about the brand, and then it's just into that conversation.
Yeah. I mean, from our side, as an exhibitor, I think the shows are important because exactly that, you get to speak to people in the studio. We do a lot of projecting, like in terms of there's content that we put out, there's marketing that we put out, there's videos, there's stories, all these things that we put out to talk to people, to talk to us.
Yeah.
And we do have phone calls and emails and all of those, long distance connections with people. But there's nothing better than a show. Like, talking to people face to face is just so important.
Yeah. You kind of reel it right back into who we are, what is it we do, and then you follow that conversation from there. And whether it's just telling people about our brand, our road bike, gravel bike, tell them the whole story, and oh yeah, I'm interested in that, or I'm not interested in that at the moment, but somewhere down the line I might be. Yeah. So yeah, sorry, I'm brain dead.
Brain fuzzed.
Brain fuzzed.
I'm gonna get my coat. Hang on. Got my coat on now. I have a question.
Yeah.
You've done shows forever. Do you still get a buzz out of doing a show?
I have to admit I do. The reason why is because it's a chance to talk with people. And I get a buzz from it, listening first of all, thanks,
Ian.
Listening to, first of all, what's going through the customer's head, and then kind of unpicking that, and listening to their questions, and then talking through what we do, and marrying the two together, really. I always say to customers, there's no such thing as a daft question.
There's always a bit of a post-show fever where you drop off because you've had that adrenaline dump of wanting to make sure, because I guess from a pride point of view, we put a huge amount of effort in before a show so that we look our best.
Yeah.
And everything is presented as best as it could be, and it's as clean and it's the way we want it to look.
Yeah.
In the same way that we do the bikes, we want them to be at their best. And you have all of that pent up tension, I think. And then you do the show, and it's a whirlwind.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you get home, and that next day is, you get that low still of, not so much low, but like that adrenaline dump where you've had the endorphin from the show and you just sort of like, okay, it's finished now.
You do. I think I just reflecting on what you said, kind of going back to over all the years, do I still enjoy it? I think I've always enjoyed the point that no matter what we're talking to customers about, when I was walking back in the day with the corporate bike brands, even with Scott, it was always me and the team, I want to deliver to customers, give them your time, because there's so many bicycle shows where customers will come to us and say, I'll come back to you because you talk to us. It's not a rep that's just sat there and just, okay, I'm here because I'm told to be here. I want to be away by 9 o'clock and I want to be back to the pub, and I'm just here because I'm told to be here. Because we're really interested in these customers. Give them the best use of your time. Yeah. And probably even more so because it's our brand now. That's even more important. And I think people actually get that.
No, I do.
And they understand that kind of mentality and what we're doing. I think that's really important, and that's more fulfilling for me because it's our brand, it's our product, and those customers deserve even more of our time.
That's true. What was fun today was there was a brand very close to us, and the guys that were working the stand for that brand came across and were like, oh, you can't do that, you can't be lending stuff to us because we're the competition. But it was funny to see people interact with, like, in that way. And your first reply was, you're not competition. And it wasn't meant as in, will you tell me how it was meant?
It was like, they're sat next to us and they said, oh, we see you as competition. And it was kind of, theirs was a slightly awkward conversation and I just wanted to soften that. I said, there's enough space for everybody.
Yeah.
There really is. It's a bicycle industry. There's enough space for everyone. We don't see you as a competition at all. If you see us as competition, that's great. I welcome that. I really welcome that. But don't feel awkward. There's enough space for everybody. Come and have a chat.
Yeah.
And we'll rub shoulders with anybody. And it's very open.
Yeah, I'd much rather have more people bringing to the party and the party be bigger.
Totally.
It's also good fun to bump into old friends. Because you see people at shows that you've seen at other brands, you see hundreds of people that you know from throughout the years that you get to spend a bit of time hanging out with, and they're like your road family. Like you bump into them at different shows throughout the year.
Hey Husey, you're still here? Yep. Still knocking it out. No, by the way, look what we've just won.
Yeah.
It's still a little voice in a big pool, but cutting out all of the industry marketing BS that's still out there.
No, at the end of the day, people buy product from people. It's real. You told me that a long time ago. And it's true. You had lots of actually a few customers today that already had bikes that had come to see us.
Yeah.
Which was fun. I just checked my phone because we have to go for dinner. We have a table reservation, so... We went for a lovely Thai meal last night, which was really nice, really fragrant, tasty, really good. And then just crashed, just out like a light. And for a 2-day event, so the Saturday and Sunday, the 2 show days, for us the Sunday's the longest of the days, which makes sense. We have full energy for the day, 9 till 5 with customers, and with people on the stand and talking to people all day. But in the back of our minds, we've got about 5 o'clock-ish, we need to start breaking this stand down, and the faster we can get things back into the car and the trailer, the faster we can get back on the road to get back to Newcastle tonight. Because ultimately that's the goal, is to get back at a reasonable time. There is a little bit of stress with logistics. Everybody wants to get off the show stand as soon as possible, so we're all competing for space. So they actually make the organisers queue in another car park. And then once, at the end of each hall, you have these big doors, and there is only so much space outside of those doors to let people in and out, and everybody's just rushing in and out. It's just trying to make sure that we've got a reasonable slot and that we're not waiting in a queue for hours before we can get near the door, so that we can then get close to the stuff, so that we're not walking back and forth and just relaying bikes and exhibition equipment all night before we then have to hit the road. Our pack-up should only take about an hour and a half. Shouldn't take very long at all. It's a 4-hour journey back up to Newcastle, 3.5-ish, but we'll just chill. But hopefully we'll get a good slot and we'll get out at a reasonable time. I was saying before that one of the challenges of the cycle show is breaking down on the last day, because you want a bit of anxiety of making sure you're not in the back of the queue for getting all the stuff in the trailer. We've just spent the past 15 minutes trying to get to the car park because nobody knows which car park we're supposed to go to. So we are now what we think is the wrong car park. But we won't know until we get on stand and there is a sheet that says, here's the breakdown procedure, which they haven't shared yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the organisers against NEC traffic. The organisers tell us one thing, NEC traffic tell us another thing, and even NEC traffic directors have both got 2 different stories where we should be. So it's a little bit confusing, but hey, we'll go with the flow.
I'm only annoyed because we're in the East car park and it's wet. We're going to get wet before the start.
For every cloud there's a silver lining. We
It's
have
true.
to walk past Starbucks.
Oh, yes. Oh, well, there we go. Ian, you know, we just parked in the furthest car park away and we were just having a moan about nobody knowing where to park. Turns out we were right the first time, and unfortunately security were wrong this time. And it's confusing for them because the instructions give 3 different car parks to park in and 3 different variations.
It's very likely that I could be a very grumpy old man this morning.
You're going to have to go move the car again, and I'm going to finish setting the stand up because it opens in 5 minutes. It's fair to say, if this was a brewery, I would be sober right now. Then we're done, pretty much. There's an hour of the show left, and there's about half the people have already broken down, which is, I guess, frustrating for customers, but I can understand it because people want to get away. At the end of the day, people have paid their money for a ticket, so they deserve an experience and a service, right? But yeah, it won't be long before we start breaking everything down and get everything organised. One other good thing you get at shows is you get to interact with people and see product and things that you don't normally get hands-on with, and you get to chat with friends that you see at the lots of different shows and events and things like that. So the boys at Fenix have just delivered me some lovely foaming chain cleaner and some brushes, which are very nice. This is going straight to my cassette, which I'm very much looking forward to because my cassette's a little bit mangy at the moment, embarrassing. So yeah, people are taking flags down and all sorts, so I think I will probably start packing away. Ian is currently in the queue to get into the hall. So out the back of here is the hall itself, and the entrance that we can use to get everything in and out. And at 5 o'clock we have a half-hour window to get all the bikes off the stand and get them into the trailer, and that's the only time we can get bikes in and out easily. So I guess we'll start packing it away. Another funny thing that tends to happen at shows is we often get people from other YouTube channels and things like that coming to shows to see what's going on, and that happened to us today. Ian was having a good chat with Paul from Napdeck, so hopefully sometime around when this comes out there'll be an interview with Ian on their channel, which would be quite good. They get on well. It was nice to see them having a good chat, and they were both seemed very happy, so that was really cool. So Ian was talking through the race edition and what they won bike of the year. Paul's done a great job at actually building that channel. It's one of very few bike shops that actually use YouTube as a way of raising their profile internationally. And I think that's a really interesting way of reaching out to new people, which is also partly why we're doing these as well. We can do shows, we can only see so many people and speak to so many people face to face, but with the power of new media, you can reach a wider audience a lot faster. But that only works, I'm going to have to say it, if you'd like, comment and subscribe, because it tells the algorithm that we're doing something good and then shows it to more people. So please do. If you like this, it takes a lot of effort for us, and we are actually enjoying doing them. They are good fun. It's just nice to document some of the fun that we're having behind the scenes and on the road. Right, I better get packed. I need to get home. .505? Yeah, 505. Voila. Stands on the floor. Just waiting for Ian to get in now with the trailer so we can get the bikes out. Well, that only took 20 minutes, which is pretty good. Half hour to get it packed, I think it will be away. I don't like to be negative, but this is really poorly organised. They've now blocked in vehicles so they can't get anywhere, and there was a specific note that said anybody picking up bikes needs to be able to get their bikes out in the first half hour. Now we are past that window and they're only just letting cars in, or trucks and trailers and articulated lorries and that size vehicle. However, somebody in their show notes has made confusion trying to identify the difference between a lorry, which should have priority because it's got more to load and will take longer, vans and cars, not including trailers. So we've fallen in the gap of being somebody that should be quick to load because they're classing it as a car, but in reality we have a trailer with bikes that should be being loaded now. And instead we've got boys taking all the sparkies and the electrics down, and I'm having to sit around because Ian can't get through because there's too much traffic to get in. This is going to be a late night. This is the longest we've been on stand after the show is finished on any show we've ever done. I've never known anything like it. Literally taking the walls down around me. This is the chaos of the rats leaving the ship. Absolutely mental. Still very noisy. We are done now. It is 6:30 or an hour and a half after. Frustrating how long it took to actually get stuff, or to be able to get the car in and get out again. The organisation of this part of the show has been subpar. Anyway, we're done, we're packed up safely. Home time. And then it was dark. If the Colonel's watching, we are available for brand deals. It's a shame the end of the show was so chaotic. I don't think it takes away from the importance of bike shows for us. At the end of the day, it's just a fantastic way to interact with people face to face. I don't think all bike shows are equal, and it's a challenge for us as a brand to be able to identify the best show. And for us, the best show is the interaction with the people, finding our audience, people that are interested in our product. And that's one of the difficulties of picking and choosing shows. We are 2 and a bit hours away from home, Woodall services, grabbing a hot and heavy, and we'll be doing it all again in 5 days at Glorious Gravel Sherwood, where I will be camping out in Sherwood Forest. So we'll see you then.